What up, Coop Group? Welcome to Lions War Season 41, war number 8, where DSVG goes against 4 Loki. Now, this is already a rematch from the beginning of the season. I think the first war of the season, we beat them like 3-10, I think. They had a pretty bad war, and they've had a lot of really good wars, but unfortunate wars, to be honest, where they had like 2 deaths total, but the opponent died 0 deaths total. And then they had a tie, and it was just messy. So I was talking to Manny from, I think, Battle Group 3 in 4 Loki. He is telling me that. So they are out for revenge to beat us and to start a winning streak. And we are both in Plat 1. So we need this win also. So I am taking as many fights as possible in my pod and asking my mini bosses. I have 8 fights this war, including the boss fight, which I didn't even ask for. I was given it. They're like, Coop, we trust you with this Jessica Jones boss. All right. So I am looking at path 5 and 5. The beginning of this war is pretty simple. The first fight is this Kraven ebb and flow knockdown. I don't plan to parry him at all because if you parry him too many times, he basically has a built-in limber, and just fighting Kraven in EOP is just a bunch of practice. I'm going to bait his special 2s because his special 1, he puts a trap, and you don't want him to throw a trap because it's just a lot of trouble. And I thought for sure that heavy attack got me, but it did not. So I actually have as you see in not much of a thumbnail or title because I'm doing this commentary first, this war is probably my best war this whole season so far. That's because I end up using no potions, or I die a lot. One of the two. So, although I'm saying no potions, maybe I use revives. Who knows? I don't want to spoil anything, although I just told it's my best war, so maybe I just spoiled. So I'm building my harvest. I know at this point, I can probably just do a heavy attack and a special 1 and knock him out, but I'm just going to bait this attack. I'm going to wait out the next ebb and flow fury that I get, and it should be more than enough. So I'm playing it super safe. Yeah, I am wasting time, but I only have 2 Galan fights this war. That's my first parry this fight, and it's the only parry I plan to do, and he's dead. So super easy. The ebb and flow fury gives me a lot of health, or a lot of damage, especially when I have a harvest. All right, this next fight is on the same note. It's ebb and flow knockdown, also a heavy hitter, but Punisher is really easy to parry. This node is best when you have a champion who's hard to parry. For example, Ebony and Maul, sometimes Hit Monkey, although in the first node, Kitty Pryde, and just a few others. But he's so easy to parry, and with an attacker tactic, this node is super easy. So I'm going to be watching his flourish buffs, but it's not an issue at all. I don't see him throwing heavy attacks out of nowhere because he just won't. I'm going to knock him down, build my harvest up. And honestly, getting to another special 1 from here would just do it, to be honest. It would finish the fight. Because he's going down pretty quickly. He is weak. I have class advantage. This is my last Galan fight. I don't plan to use any potions on Galan if I don't have to. I watched Ebb and Flow Fury there. I knew the parry was gonna not stick, so I knew to back off. I knew better. And again, I'm playing it so safe. I'm building my harvest up so high. It does not need to be this high. Let's be honest. Parry heavy. I do a intercept right here, and I just finish it off. Because again, my harvest did not need to be that high. That was overkill. 124,000. He did not have that much health, even close, much left. Right, so I wanted to take this Kitty Pryde so much, but she had aggression prowess, and it was not a good node without a Nimrod, and Nimrod is just the best for that. So my buddy Free to Play took it, and he destroyed it. Good job, loser. I mean, literally, that's his name, Free to Play Loser. So I'm not calling him a loser. He's a good guy. So yeah, at this point, we were winning the war. We had no deaths. And I am going to basically go all the way up to the boss right here, except not take the boss fight. And this node is node 25. This is Power Snack and a Power Sting buff, where anytime the opponent gets a bar of power, you get a Power Sting debuff. I only plan to be throwing specials when I'm in my harvest, so the Power Stings do nothing but heal me up because it's a nice debuff. Like right there, you see the Power Sting goes on. Power Snack is just nothing for when you're using Titania, because Titania has no buffs, and you can't nullify buffs when buffs don't exist. So my plan here is just knock down Rintrah really often. As you see, it says knock down often, SP3 nuke, because a whole SP3 harvest cycle should do it. Let's be honest. They're running willpower, so they will gain a good amount of health just from all the debuffs, but I have, I think, 2 out of 3 for that mastery, which any debuff they get basically takes away some regen. Kind of wish I had 3 out of 3, but I don't think I have 3 out of 3 unlocked. Right here, I'm going to just do a heavy attack, I think, and then I'm going to bait out special 1, which he's going to be nice and throw it, I hope. So be nice and throw it, I hope. Yeah, so he's going to throw it. I don't want to activate my Haymaker yet. I want to throw a special 1 or a special 3 when he has low power so that I can just do as many hits as possible. I did lose all my Furies, but it's not a big deal. Watch this. Boom, into the corner. And then he's going to be a jerk and throw a special 1 right here. So I wasted too much time to get into the heavy attack. So there goes just part of the nuke that I was going to do. A minute and a half has gone by, and he's 50% health. So again, it's a safe fight. Very safe fight. And I'm regenerating the whole time with the power sting debuff, basically. But I need to get back to my special 3 because I like to do that nuke. I missed out the nuke because he threw a special 1 into my Haymaker, which it did nothing to me because I had all of the indestructible on. But yeah, I'm going to do a nice combo here, get a nice combo there, nice combo here and there. Did a late heavy attack. Luckily, he didn't punish it. And I'm like, you know what? Let me bait special 1 here. He should go down right after it. 2 minutes in this fight. Yeah, it's a long fight. It would have been a lot quicker if he didn't throw a special 1. And right here, I throw a special 3. I think I have like 1 or 2 Furies, but I don't have enough. And this time, he better not throw a special into my Haymaker because that wastes so much time. Going to do a few hits here. Going to throw my heavy attack and just do a few more hits. Or another heavy, and he's dead. So I finished at 100% health. And super easy fight. So it was a long fight. And honestly, after long fights, I need to take a breather. But I got a few more long fights in for you. So this moleman is an ebb and flow intercept. He has a 60% protection. And you can turn it off and get a 40% extra fury when you get intercept. And I didn't mean to get intercept. But my goal here is just get my 1 Pierce buff before he gets any of his Momass. So I now have my Pierce buff. We're good to go. I don't plan to get intercepts, but if I do, I do. It's not a big deal. But now I can hit his indestructible because when Valkyrie has a Pierce, indestructible does nothing. Any indestructible from the opponent does nothing, which is nice. I'm just going to bait special 1s, though. I could bait any special I want, to be honest. And his Momass is going to be pretty low, because I'll be hitting into his block, to be honest. And it'll turn off his Momass. Full combo there, not a big deal. I'm going to hit him here. Turn off his Momass. Not that it's a big deal at all, but I think I get intercept off right here on accident. I'm trying to get a nice hit into his block. He's not feeding into it. I don't have that ebb and flow fury. It's not working. He's letting me intercept him. That jerk. So I'm going to waste a whole ebb and flow fury that I just got completely wasted. So right here, I think I just do a full combo into his block. I didn't want to go to the special 3. It was not my goal. And he's at 57%. By the way, this is a rank 5 moleman. X-Phase from Pro Loki has a rank 5 moleman. Put him back in offense, man, and use him everywhere. This guy is a beast. A beast. I invert my combo, not that I need to, because I don't need that much damage. I just need to give it. If I get intercept, I get it. But yeah, it's a very safe fight. I think I had a blocked hit on accident, 1 or 2 blocked hits from a special 1. I think it just happens. I'm going to try and push to a special 1. Awesome. I'm going to hit into right here. Awesome. And he goes down a little bit more. Honestly, my next Valkyrie fights, I have 2 more this war. I'm going to speed them up because this is so boring to watch. I'm so sorry. And you probably never watch this. I took a blocked hit there out of nowhere. Dumb. I think I invert my combo back. Or I don't. I should have inverted it back. That's a big deal. Right here, I invert it back. Or I don't. Come on, Coop. You don't need all that combo. Let's be honest. I think I'm trying to get back down below 30. If it happens, it happens. I throw a... Do I throw a special 1 here? Yeah, I finished him off. I had the Ebb and Flow Fury, I think, or something, and finished him off. So, another almost 3-minute fight. Very safe fight, but took a while. All right, so this Absorb Man, this is like the placement for him. And this is my 3rd time this season fighting against the Absorb Man. With Titania also. Honestly, I'd love to fight against him with Torch. It'd be so fun. But Titania is my main bay lately this season. Because obviously I was taken away from using Kitty Pryde this season because she is fully banned. Get my block stepped off right there. And my main goal here is to alternate special heavy attack counters. So there's special 1. I can't keep track sometimes, but now I need to bait special 2 and heavy attack counter it because you can turn off his regen. And that's why he's dangerous, because he can regen all the way back to full. And we don't want that. We do not want that. So I'm going to push the special 1. He throws special 1. Crap. Throws special 1. I want to bait special 2 here. And this is where I kind of get lost in the fight. He does regen a little bit. Now, it is early in the fight, so he's not going to regen so much. But now I'm going to push him to special 2. Hopefully, right here. Bait special 2 here. I think I put an in-ball on for this fight, mainly for the next fight. But if I get hit, I get hit. And so I don't have to bait specials all the time, but there you go. His regen is off. My bait special 1 next. And it's just how I do this fight. Try and get intercept off. It didn't work. Now my bait special 1. I'm going to try and get intercept off right after it. And I have a special 3 ready to go. And just nuke him down with special 3. All right. Evade. Awesome. Heavy attack counter. Let's try and get an intercept off. This block sept right here. Is he going to feed into it? He doesn't feed into it. And I thought I was still unstoppable. I was not. Trying to get intercept off right here. Got it. Throw a special 3. And this is going to do a good amount of damage. So the last one I baited was special 1. So now I'm going to bait special 2. Boom. Good amount of damage. Do I power back? I do. Look at that power back. It's beautiful. I held the heavy for way too long. A few light attacks here. Just so I can just nuke him down even more. Man, that last light attack did so much damage. Alright. Now I'm going to bait special this. I'm going to do a heavy attack. Awesome. At this point, I did lose track of which special I countered last. But, yeah. So, 2-minute fight. Not going to let him regen because that regen would have been so potent. He would have gained so much health. Going to throw a special 3. Not even bothering getting anything here. I just want to finish this fight. Because I've had 2 long fights. This is the 3rd long fight in a row. I am adding to the fight time, but we're safe. And honestly, we are ahead on fight time at this point, and we are so far ahead in this war. They have like 3 deaths, we have 0 deaths. So as long as I don't die, we're safe. Now the Sassy fight, again, the goal is just to throw a special 3 and nuke down the Sassy with the Haymaker cycle, which I like to call it. But I want to make sure it's after his Wrath. Because his Wrath, before the Wrath at least, he has a bunch of extra resistance any charge he gets. It's like, I don't know, 6% resistance per charge. So when he gets 10 charges, he gets like 60% resistance, something like that. So I want to bait special 2. It's easier to bait. And the reason I don't want to throw it during his Wrath, because he's super aggressive. And during all of my duels, when I threw a special 3 into his Wrath, he just threw a special right away because he is super aggressive. And we don't want that. So I'm going to throw a special 2 here. Bait special 2. Awesome repair. He didn't work, but he does throw a heavy attack. He's at his Wrath. I'm going to bait special 2 here. And I'm going to bait special 1 right after, because in his Wrath, he gets, was it like half of his bar of power, basically, he uses. I'm going to bait special 1 here. Hopefully he throws it. He doesn't. Please throw special 1. Again, nice intercept. Screw it. I'm going to go for it here. I have an invuln on, still going from the last fight, I think. I didn't check it. But throw special 3. Boom. Does a lot of damage. Going to just throw it right here. Throw a heavy attack. I think I throw 2 heavy attacks. And I try and nuke him down. Is that special 3? Oh no, whatever do I do? Oh no. And special 2 finishes him off. So that special 3 cycle with a power back, my god, that did so much damage. And he is nuked. And that actually was quicker than I used to do it with Kitty Pryde. I think I did it with a minute Kitty Pryde with full suicides, but without having to change my masters at all, felt really good. And I was gonna do these next 2 fights together. This Node 49 mini boss and then that Node 52 boss Jessica Jones. I was going to do them together on the same boosts because all the fights weren't open, but I was feeling so good from these fights. So I'm going to this fight. So I'm going to speed up this fight mainly. I'm going to start off with a nice and just normal speed just to see how long it takes to turn off her shield. And I never knew that if you hit into her shield, you don't get any power. So I was kind of like, why am I not getting any power? Am I in trouble in this fight? Am I missing something? And then I realized after her shield was down, I gained power. So now I'm speeding up the fight. You don't need to see this whole fight. I'm going to basically speed up until the end. Hit into her block. Super safe. Baiting special 1s. Not a big deal. She is a attacker tactic or defender tactic. So she will gain flourish buffs when she hits my block. But I'm hitting her block. So it's really not a big deal. I was really careful to watch her charges. I didn't want her to go above 10 charges. So it was a thing when she throws a special above 10 charges, she power drains you. And I do not want her to power drain me when I'm not at a special 2 yet. I really should have done a PS1 for this fight. I plan on doing a PS1 for this fight and the next fight, but it clearly didn't happen. So right here, I was kind of scared that she was going to throw a special and then power drain me. I don't want to power drain. And I end up, I think I shrugged the power drain or something off. I don't know. If she throws a special right here, I get power drained. And now, finally, this fight is over. Throw a special 2. There's a lot of damage to her block, and she's dead. So, 2 and some change for that fight. And then I was waiting to get cleared, and in the last half hour of war, I finally get cleared. And then at this point, literally, we were 137-0 against 4 Loki. 137-0, and they had 3 deaths. They finished with 3 deaths. In the last 2 hours of war, in the last 12 fights, we died 4 times. 4 times in the last 12 fights, including the second last boss fight we died. And I am the last fight of the whole war. I felt terrible having to boost up fully for this fight when we already lost 4-3. Even if it was 3-3, we would have won on time. We were good like 2,000 seconds ahead on time. It was a really good war for DSVG, but we had 4 deaths. So I invert my combo there. I'm speeding this up this fight because you don't need to see this whole fight. It's about 3 minutes almost of a fight. It's a rank 4 Jessica Jones. I've done rank 5 Jessica Jones fights on this node, on boss node with Valkyrie. Super easy. These fights are so easy when you can hit into them all you want because I can't get back into my corner in this fight. It's so easy just to hit her. And she's throwing specials like nothing. I inverted my combo and reverted back again. And I'm just trying to base special once, not throwing it, not a big deal. I don't really care. There's a point where I think right here, I could throw a special into a block, but I'm trying to get above the amount combo right there. I think right here, I get above 50 combo. I want to get above the combo just so I can get the extra fury and the extra pierce into her block. She's blocking, which is really nice. Do some extra damage. Wow, that was 11,000 into her block. That was really nice. And I speed up until the end of the fight. So it was a really good war for me. I used no potions at all this war. This is the most damage I took all war right here. I had 2 Galan fights. I had a few Titania fights and 2 4 Titania fights and 2 Valkyrie fights. It just felt so good. She throws a freaking wall at me. Jessica Jones is so mean. I hit into a block. I throw a special 1 to a block. This fight is over. And it is what it is. I can do this fight in my sleep. I literally told everyone I can do it in my sleep. And I felt so good. But congrats to Full Loki for just defeating us and getting your revenge and getting out of Platinum 1. Now we're in Plat 1 even further. There is so much I want to say about this war, but there's so much positive too. Like, people fought really well. Some people had an unfortunate war. If we just died one last time, we would have won. But yeah, I had 8 fights this war, 0 potions, 0 death. I love to see that. I haven't had to fight this war, like this, in so long where I use no potions. Not that it's a big deal, but yeah, we're 2,000 seconds ahead. Congrats to Full Loki for kicking our butt this war with only dying 3 times. They finally got out of their losing streak. And as you see, the MVP, 8 fights, and my attacker rating. So, yeah. Just a quick recap of how this war went. Path 5 was really easy. It was episode knockdown. I really wish I had another fight there. To be honest, it would have been fun to do 9 fights this war, because I've yet to have a 9-fight war where I don't die. It's been a while. But 8 fights, I typically never die. I did node 25, path 5, and then node 39. That Sassy I've done 2 times, that Abs I've done 3 times. And I got to finally touch node 49, which I've yet to touch this whole season, and last season too. And then another Jessica Jones. And you see that's my 1 death of the season is at Quicksilver. And I have 2 mini bosses left, 48 and 53, before I hit the full-on all mini bosses this season, which I don't think I've ever done. Even with Hercules last season, I think I didn't touch the right side. I only touched the left side. But it is what it is. I think people fought really well. My battle group had 1 death, I think, in the end. Battle group 2 had a donut. Battle group 3 had 2 deaths. And everyone just fought really well. Honestly, that low death count, it's a really well-fought war compared to how we've been fighting the whole season. So, looking forward to how the rest of the season goes after this war. And, yeah, if you make it this far, thank you for listening. It's Coop. Sign off. Happy gaming.